So I'm at Oxenhope and it is about 6:30 in the morning and I'm going to do a route up to Nab Hill. So I'm following this little beck up and I've just looked on Google. It says it's called Leaning Water. It didn't have the name on our maps, so I couldn't see it on there. And then ahead of me, you can't really see it because it's so dark, but there is one of those massive mill chimneys. I'll probably see it again on the way back, so, well I will, so I'll have to video it then, but yeah, some form of big chimney. So I kind of took a track above Leaning Reservoir. I'm going to be heading back down to it, going next to the reservoir. It's over that way. And I've been on this path before. It's the Millennium Way path, so when we did the Millennium Way circular routes, one of them took me and Grez over this path, so it looks very different today though, covered in snow. How thin do you have to be to get through this? So this is a cool little bridge going over part of Leaning Water or Leaning Reservoir. Water looks really shallow here. I'd like to get down it though. I don't know what's happened to my route. I was supposed to rejoin next to the main reservoir, but I haven't. There was no stile or anything to get across, just a steep slope where there should have been one. So I don't know what happened there, but it's fine. This is the route I'm on now. It'll rejoin to where I should have come out from the reservoir anyway. So I'll be back on track in a few minutes. So I've come from that direction. There's the reservoir that I walked near. I'm now going this way. As you can see, it's getting lighter now. It's just like a winter wonderland out here, full of snow. Conduit. So I'm at about 350 contour. I'm going up to 450. So I'm going to keep following this path. Should lead to a lane where I'll turn kind of right and follow the lane up. Oh, that looks like the footpath sign where I'll be turning. Brontë Way I was on, done that before. Millennium Circular Way 5, done that. I think I'm heading that way. I'll just check maps before setting off. So this is Hambleton Lane. It is so icy. I feel like I'm going to go through the ice. So I'm hoping it's pretty solid track below it. Another Millennium Circular Walk, that one's number 4. Done that before too. I've just got 16 left to go, the very last one. There's a stile to go over and keep going that way I shall, to Nab Hill. Brontë Reservoir. So the sun is going to rise in about 4 or 5 minutes, but as you can see it's really cloudy and I'm just surrounded by these little snowy mounds on Nab Hill. I'm going to go find the top point of Nab Hill where there's a trig point, and should be hopefully a good view, even though it is a bit dull the sky. It's a nice snowy day. Looks very wintry, which is good. There's also a stanza stone up here. I'm not sure whether I'll be able to see that today. It'll be covered in snow, and I'll need to try and work out which shelter it's behind. But we'll see. If I find it, I find it. It's so icy in places underneath this snow. There's so many conduits and reservoirs and bits of water going to these reservoirs all over the place that you stand on the snow and you can hear the ice underneath. You never know if your foot's going to go through and go down. It's happened to me a couple of times. Luckily I have not gone down too far. Whoa. There's a cairn. I'm going to keep going. Look how thick the ice is. That's mad. I don't want to stand on that bit, I just go straight down. Oh. So I found the Stanza Stone sign, but not the actual Stanza Stone. I've looked behind a few shelters, but all the rocks are covered in snow, so it's quite hard to see. So after the signpost, I retraced my route, went back to the shelters again, had a search around, and I found it there. We had the Mist Stone. Obviously you can't read the poem on it, by Simon Armitage. Been here before, a few times. This is one of the worst ones to find. It's not very clear where it is. It's kind of hidden behind that shelter. But yeah, mist. Next it'll be to the top of the trig point. So we're going to cut across the moorland to get to it, but there's so much water and it was underneath the snow, you couldn't see where it was. So I only went a few minutes and came back. I'm going to take a proper path up to it. I think that'll be a lot easier than trying to just heather hop in the snow. So I'm at the trig point, Nab Hill, 451 metres above sea level. Pretty cool because I've written the name of the hill on it in snow and the height. There's actually snow on the side. There's a top. There's a few memorials on the other side. There's no view at all around here, not really. It's quite misty, but it's lovely up here. Really nice. I spent a few minutes at the trig, and I'm going to retrace my steps because it was quite hard walking up here. There was a lot of water on the path, and the water would then, you'd go through the snow, you know, the snow on top of it, so your foot would go through. So it went right nice. So yeah, I'm going to retrace, follow my footsteps the way back to the road. Once I'm at the road, there's a reservoir there. That's the way we usually come up Nab Hill. And yeah, I'm going to go from there, work my way back to Oxenhope. So it's 0.7 degrees C and there's no wind at all. Earlier on there was a bit of a wind chill that was minus, but now it must have warmed up a little bit. We're back to a wind chill, minus 0.3 now. Don't know why it's warmer near the trig. Look at that, it's getting colder. Minus 0.6. So Brontë Reservoir is over that way. You can't actually see it. It's got quite misty now, really. That's where this side of this road is where we usually start Nab Hill from. So I've actually approached it today, the moorland and the Stanza Stone from a completely different direction, which is quite nice. So I'm going to head along here and there should be another public footpath. And I'm going to follow that for a bit. So it turns out I'm not actually crossing the conduit. I'm just following it along for a bit. It should lead me back to a road. Don't think these geese are happy to see me at all. So it turns out I did have to go past the geese. I had to ask a lady who, I presume it was her farm, where the footpath was, because I didn't think it'd actually go past the geese. Turns out it did. Anyway, they were fine. She just told me to walk past them with confidence and they wouldn't go for me. And they didn't. They hissed, but they didn't go for me. So I'm heading back to Oxenhope now. I'm nearly there, nearly at the end of the walk. And I'll pass all those little waterfall weirs all the way back that it was too dark to see this morning. So that'll be good. The mill chimney. So Grace told me to come here, Oxenhope, Millennium Green, and he says there's a waterfall here that's better than the Brontë one. And here we have it. So I'm going to finish my walk here. I've done almost 7 miles. It's still a couple of mile walk to get home, probably just under 2 miles. But I'm not going to track that onto this. So I started my walk here, so I'm going to finish it here at Oxenhope.